Good morning. Oh, it's Thursday, is it? It's Thursday. Yay! It's Thursday, which means it's nearly Friday. Oh, I don't say always, every so often it gets to Wednesday and I keep thinking it's Thursday and it's not. And you go, oh man, another day. I never works the other way around. I never get to Thursday and think it's Wednesday though. Isn't that interesting? There has to be some some psychology there. Wishing the week was over. Yeah. I think that sounds a little bit, just maybe, I don't like what I do. And I don't think that's necessarily true. I do actually like what I do. There's parts of every job that is rubbish. For me, the biggest frustration would be when you see something that's, inefficient, stupid, whatever. But you know what? You can't do anything about it. No matter who you say it to or who you tell, you just have to suck it up and put up with it. And I find that's quite hard, But other than that, I do like what I do. And there's always going to be tedious and boring bits of a job, isn't there? I was thinking the other day about people who are just like, I think professional celebrities, it is a thing now, isn't it? And maybe they endorse products or stuff, that's where they get the money from, but I'm sure even that can be boring, can't it, You never switch off, and all the partying and looking good and smiling at the camera. Oh man, that would really get to me, I think, after a while. I like being anonymous, people not recognising me. even people I know. No, I mean, no, it's nice that I can move around freely. Then again, I'm not a celebrity, I'm not a millionaire either, so that probably makes sense, doesn't it? But it must be hard being recognised, and then expecting to be the person that maybe it's a character that you play on television or whatever in the movies, and expecting you to be that person when you're not. Just having coffee. Thursday is definitely a day for coffee now. I think that's a mistake people make when they see a celebrity and they sort of think, oh, that's, and then they think of the character. I think it's something Rowan Atkinson, it must be tough for him now. I'm sure you're all aware about Rowan Atkinson. He's a comedian. I think he started out in various comedy shows on UK television in the 80s, I think, maybe 70s, 80s. He's a very funny guy. He used to do a sketch where I think he had quite a rubbery face. He used to do, I think, was he shaving? I can't remember, but he used to do some very funny stuff. He used to, and he still does. And as time's gone by, he did a series, Mr. Bean, which is a bit of a childlike character. And I think when people saw him, they thought it was Mr. Bean, and in some ways I feel that's quite derogatory for he is a talented actor, actually. Definitely leaning towards comedy. I know he has done some serious stuff as well, and that's great stuff, but I know he does tell a story once where I think he was somewhere, obviously, and somebody said to him, wow, has anybody ever said to you look like and couldn't remember his name, but for a good while he kept going, oh, you just, some people must have said to you look just like, oh, what's his name, I think that's quite funny. But to be instantly recognisable as a character, I wouldn't want that now. And the Mr. Bean thing, it's not a nice character to be. I think obviously it's made him a lot of money. I think he's had a movie out of it and a lot of series, and there's also cartoons as well around him. So I'd say it's done him very proud over the years, money-wise, and I'm sure he's very proud of the creation. But yeah, to be recognised and you're Mr. Bean. I think it happened to my brother, actually. I think he doesn't look like him, and he doesn't look like Mr. Bean. I don't think he does. But we was in, I don't know where it was. I was quite young, I was teenagers, and he was a bit old. He's older than me, so he might have been 20 or something. And a group of students just, pretty much ripped the piss out of him, and he got very annoyed. that he looked like Mr. Bean. And he didn't, just so you're sure, and I don't either. So it's just, he didn't like that at all, so I'm not sure how Rowan deals with it. And then there's the other flip side. I'm thinking of somebody like, is it The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, people like that. They have an Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sylvester Stallone. They have that air of action hero. I was going to say Bruce Willis, but maybe that was in a time gone by. He's getting a bit older now. You know, and you know, their assumption is that you really are some sort of action hero. I mean, that's pretty bad, isn't it? I'm assuming now our audiences are intelligent enough to realise. Yeah, but it's one of those things, isn't it, that you know, it's very hard for people to realise you're actually somebody else. You know, I mean, the Johnny Depp thing, it's, I think, forever associated with Pirates of the Caribbean. I've seen him a few times as himself on talk shows and stuff, and he's one of those characters I feel, or maybe it's just the way he comes across, that he doesn't really have any, doesn't have a personality. That sounds awful. I don't mean that to be cruel, that sounds awful in a sense, but he doesn't have any extreme personality traits. And I think that's good for when you're an actor and you have to act, you have to be somebody else. I don't want to use the word lie, but you have to pretend to be somebody you're not. And I sort of like that, you know, that if you haven't got any extreme personality traits, then you probably mould yourself better to it. And not everybody can act. I mean, I think most people are probably rubbish at it. It is a skill, isn't it? I think sometimes it's natural, sometimes you can be trained, I think, to a certain extent, like lots of things. But yes, it's very interesting. So yeah, I don't look like Mr. Bean. I don't want to be recognised, even if I become extremely wealthy, which is probably unlikely. I just don't know how they can live their lives with that sort of attention. I know for some people, it's how they make their money, really, is the way they look. But, you know, never been able to switch off. That's a tough gig now, isn't it?